Hey Aquarius, what's up? How are you? Welcome back to my channel, Caseyleighreiki. I'm Casey, and today we're going to be doing your general reading. This will be for my Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus primary. And they're also telling me that this could apply to all Aquarius placements. So even if you have like Saturn return coming up, or you just have Saturn and Aquarius in general, Aquarius, Mars, Neptune coming in strong right there for sure. North Node Aqua, like literally Aquarius as a whole is just coming through like so strong, so strong. And I was so drawn to do this today, and they were just like, no, all placements. And I was like, okay, that's odd. Haven't done that before, but this will be for July for you guys if I didn't already say that, because I'm scatterbrained. But yeah, so this is for my Aquarius. What we're going to do is get into some Oracle decks. I have, which is kind of wild, I have two that I want to use, because what they're telling me is that the lesson that you guys are learning, like they're telling me like across the board, for the most part, it's going to be really similar. So although, depending on whatever else is in your chart or in your life, like the message could kind of vary, the lesson could be different per person, and like individualized. But the general lesson, the general thing to take away from this is going to be pretty much the same across the board for everybody, for all Aquarius placements, okay? So keep that in mind. So that means I'm going to use the Sacred Spirit reading cards, right? I'm really drawn to this, haven't used this in a real long time. So we're going to use these, and as well, I want to use the Heal Yourself deck, because like I said, I want to look at some of these main lessons. Maybe I'll pull like a couple of the Heal Yourself to see what you're healing. But what they're telling me is the lesson that you guys are learning, very important. And this will help you move forward. Hold on. They're saying no, don't word it like that. Okay. The lesson you're learning right now, it's not that it will help you move forward. You're already kind of in that, you're already headed in that direction. It's already happening. They're telling me the timeline already started. Like you're already, like it's happening. I'm like, okay, fair. Granted, everything we talked about in these videos, past, present, future tense, because everybody moves through energy differently. Sometimes it will resonate, sometimes it won't, and that's okay, right? Because energy and time is fluid. So they're telling me that the timeline's already happening. We're already moving forward. We're literally moving right now. Like we're coursing through. There is movement as we speak. We're already well on that path. But the lesson that you're learning is going to help you when you're in that new cycle, when you are in that new time frame, timeline, whatever is coming up for you. It's like it's a tool in your toolbox is what they're telling me. It's not that this thing like helps you just like skyrocket forward. They're like, no, this timeline was happening for them no matter what. So like, sucks to suck. But I really feel like what they're saying is this will be a tool to have in your toolbox for the next cycle. Because I feel like you guys are really wrapping up a large, like drawn out, just overdue cycle. You're wrapping it up. It's been here for a while, especially if you have Saturn in Aquarius, because this is these really like tough life lessons, right? Specifically, Saturn talks about lessons. It talks about the things that we are learning. So, it's discipline. It's what have you done to accomplish XYZ. So it's not that it's going to propel you forward. You're already heading there no matter what. But this is going to be a really good tool in your toolbox to have. So these lessons or lesson that you're learning right now, critical to the way that you're going to behave or act or whatnot in the future, okay? I feel like a majority of this is future related, okay? That's why I keep saying in the future. Again, energy fluid can be different for everyone. I feel like it's the future. Okay, moving on. I'm going to get the Heal Yourself. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do the other Oracle deck. Ignore my hair doing, like, whatever weird stuff it's doing. Okay, Heal Yourself reading cards. This is what we're going to use first and foremost, okay? Looks like this. Sorry, guys. I had a lot of espresso today. So I want to get into this for Aquarius placements. Oh my God. Overwhelmed with some heart stuff going on for you guys right now. Wow. I think a huge life lesson. That wasn't what I intended to say, but we're going to roll with it. A huge life lesson for you guys is going to be that, especially, oh my God, especially Saturn in Aquarius. Man. A huge life lesson for you guys is that while you are, for most of you, Saturn return folks, or Saturn and Aquarius folks in general, you can't take everyone with you. And this is a lesson in love, that you cannot take everyone with you, because not everyone fits that mold. You know, not everyone can be by your side while you do what you have to do or are going to do or whatnot. This is huge life lessons. Huge life lessons, and specifically in love, that you cannot take everyone with you. And I think that's really heartbreaking. And I think that you guys are strong. I think you can do it, but I definitely think it will have an effect on you for sure. All right, let's get into this. And of course, like, I'm going to read them to you guys. Try not to make these super long. I say that every time. And do I do it? No. All right. So what do we have for Aquarius placements, please? Oh, that's a tough one. That is very much so a tough one. Wow. What do we have for Aquarius placements, please? What are the life lessons right now for Aquarius? Two more. 2, 3. Yeah, I definitely thought there's going to be a couple that come out here. I never shuffle this deck like this, and I don't know why all of a sudden I feel like I have to. Man, I'm just kind of lost in the tough, like, emotions that I'm feeling. This is really hard. This is really fucking hard for you guys. Wow. Yeah. This is really hard. I definitely feel some, like, surrendering and coming to terms with it, but it doesn't make it any easier. Okay. Messages for Aquarius, please, and what they need to heal right now. Sorry, that was a little loud. Wow, here we go. Yep. All right. We're going to do 3. I don't know why I want to do 3, but I want to do 3. This is crazy. Wow. I feel like this actually tells one whole story. Wow. How teachable are you is the first one, number 9. That's what this looks like here. Victim consciousness, number 12, breaking down to a 3 as well. This is a lot about sacrifice. How much are you willing to sacrifice to be the highest version of yourself? This is absolutely, like, self-sacrifice. Man, I can feel this, like, surge of emotion raising up from, like, my heart through to my throat. Like, I feel like it's, like, balling up in my heart and, like, wants to come out. So for some of you, you might not be talking about it, or maybe you didn't talk about it until recently. Maybe you don't know how to, or maybe you're trying to find the way to do it. But victim consciousness, this is like, are you willing to give up the comfortability of looking at things, looking at situations in your life as I was wronged by them? So that way you can look at them or it instead as, this is what I learned from them. This is what I learned from that. You're not the victim in these situations. You are just a participant. Like, it doesn't have to be this, like, existential crisis type thing, or it doesn't have to be this revelation that you're having about what you're going through. How much do you want to stop being the victim? How much do you want to stop feeling like you were ever the victim? And then you have family and tribe. A lot of you, I feel like this is to say strengthening your Empress energy, your divine feminine energy by doing this. For some of you, the person that you're dealing with or the situation that is current in your life right now that this applies to has to do with your soul tribe or your family. It could be your actual family. It could be, again, your soul tribe, your soul family. It doesn't have to be your blood-related family. But this is almost like it's like your soul family is waiting for you. Like, they're literally waiting for you. They're waiting patiently, like, until you're ready. And, like, look at the strength and, like, endurance that this, like, card gives off, this vibe gives off. This is about partnership. It's about working together. The tiger at the bottom there for me is also incredibly feminine energy, Empress energy. It's also psychic energy as well, because I believe tigers symbolically talk about psychic visions or also vivid dreams too. You have this, like, all-knowing feminine energy within you. It doesn't matter what the gender is, you have this all-knowing feminine energy. It's incredibly powerful. It's an energy that perseveres through the worst. It endures such incredible amounts of pain, like emotional pain. And it's almost like this is a story in itself. Like, I thought they might be 3 different ones, but they're not. It's a story in itself. How teachable are you speaks of the first part of this story. That's why they were showing me, like, multiples. Oh, I thought it was going to be multiple spreads. They're saying, no, there's 3 very specific parts of the story. The first part is this, where you accept that you need to change. You surrender to that energy. I need to change. I can no longer accept what I used to accept. I can no longer be friends with those people who treated me poorly. You need someone in your life, or you need people in your life, your soul family, again, who are going to be beside you, cheering you on the entire way. You need people who match your energy, who are, like, high vibe, there for you, committed to you, a person or people, a community that you can rely on. And this is that moment of, like, hey, this isn't working for me anymore. What is it going to take for me to change it? I think it could be this one person or one instance, one relationship, one thing that acts as the catalyst for the rest of this little storyline. Again, take it as it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But how teachable are you? And it's number 9. 9 specifically talks about self-sacrifice. It's the humanitarian energy of what can I give to be able to achieve this? You're giving so much of yourself, and it's not a giving to other people. It's a giving to spirit, to your higher self. How much of myself can I relinquish to spirit? How much of that control can I release and say, okay, show me what I need to see. Show me what I need to do next. Show me how it gets better. To stop thinking about why people are doing things to you and why people are behaving in this way. Why are your friends not inviting you to places? Why are they not hitting you up when, you hit them up all the time? Why are these romantic relationships always seeming to be a repeat of the last horrible story? It's just Groundhog Day in your relationships. Why? You're finally starting to get into this like toddler phase of like ascension or spirituality, right? You're not a baby. If we're talking about in terms of, again, your spiritual journey, you guys are like toddler versions now, right? Why? Why? I want to learn. How teachable are you? How? Why? Where? When? Who? You guys just want to know the answers. It's the time where you're starting to ask these important questions that I don't think you guys have ever done before. Really, I don't. I don't think that you guys have ever asked these questions before. And like I said, I think it could be one person, one situation or relationship that is the catalyst for everything else. And I think something really triggers you to start asking this. It's like you hit your threshold and you're like, that's enough. Like, this doesn't feel good anymore. Why am I addicted to the bad things? Why does it feel almost like this trauma bond between myself and all these bad times? Why do I keep looking for them? Why do they keep showing up in my life? You're just asking the important questions because you're realizing that you deserve more. You're starting to not only ask, but demand more out of life because you know that you're worth more. Whether or not you really believe it, I feel like I'm in the past, really. I feel like I'm in the past talking to you with this card. The middle is kind of like current, like this is present energy with the victim consciousness, and family and tribe is the future. I feel like that's the cycle you guys are going through. That's why it's 3 fucking pieces. Okay, that's why it's 3 pieces. Sorry, I'm putting together the pieces myself of the story too as I'm going through it. And I mean, I'm sorry to be so like serious in this message, but I like can't say it enough. I think you guys have finally started asking those important questions, and thank God. Thank God. It's like you woke up. That's you waking up right there. Surrendering to this energy and saying, show me how it gets better. Show me what I deserve. Show me best case scenario for myself. And then I think moving forward, because you initiate this, you open up this door, right? You kind of call to the, excuse me, you call to the surface all of these moments where you've been the victim. Spirit's like, okay, how teachable are you? All these moments you have to heal. It brings all this shadow work to the surface. And then this woman has this crow that is on her arm. There's the crow on her arm, which to me signifies messages from spirit, receiving messages from your guides or archangels or deities or whomever that you've been speaking to. And then, of course, at the bottom, too, you have all these creatures. There's like some sort of dog in the corner with his mouth open. There's a wolf up here in the front. Skull and bones at the bottom. There's all these faces, like ghost faces, snakes. These are all these dark parts. All these dark parts of yourself. See the wolf here? All the faces. You guys are being forced to now deal with these things. Spirit's like, all right, you said that you wanted to do this. You asked for our help. You asked us to step in. You asked us to show you some things. We're showing you. And I feel like you're just now starting to, or you're in the process of right now, because I feel like the timeline has already started for you, of taking all of that. And it's like that toolbox that I mentioned in the beginning. You guys went through everything. One thing after another. It was like Spirit was like, here you go. This is a jumbled mess. Clean it up. And so I feel like that's kind of what the toolbox was. That was like the shit you need to clean up, And so because of that, so I keep fiddling with my glasses because my bridge of my nose is like, it's giving me a headache. Anyways, Spirit's like, remember all these things that you thought that you fixed? You never did. You never cleared that. You never got rid of that. You never transmuted it. You didn't transform it into something else. You didn't turn it into something. And the whole point is kind of like, what they're telling me at least is this like use, reuse, recycle type thing. It has this cycle of life. And it's like you go through all these things and you've just been carrying them with you for years because you guys have never actually transmuted it. You've never sat down with it. You've never allowed yourself to feel it, allowed yourself to sit with it and address it. You guys have never fully processed it or addressed it at all, ever. It's been like, this person did me dirty, and, you know, honestly, screw them. And then you kind of put that behind you and you hold this in your mind. But then every time something happens and you're reminded of them or the situation, you're just full of resentment. Every time. It brings up anger, it brings up feelings of rejection, it brings up feelings of abandonment or trust issues. You have all these dark things that truly never all underneath her. Because see, it's like they're below you. It's like, that's not you. You just pushed them down. You didn't actually process them and deal with them. You pushed them down. And it feels to me like it's almost like you are this like puppet kind of, sort of, in a way, like spirits behind you, like ushering you to each one, and you're like, God, oh, like this is hard. That's why you have in the beginning, how teachable are you? Because there's a lot that you have to clean up before you can get to that last piece. I'm telling you, you guys, seriously, this is like 3 very important pieces, literally past, present, future. And you guys are moving to the future timeline, like the highest timeline. You guys are well into that right now. You're moving through it as we speak. And then that is the family and tribe. Because now that you've cleaned up everything, you organize that toolbox, your spiritual toolbox, if you will. Excuse me. Always a burp and a hiccup. It's just clearing. Now that you guys have cleaned up the toolbox, you've organized it. You've taken out the things that you don't need. It's almost like you've made amends with yourself, with these situations, with these people, even if you don't speak to them, even if those situations aren't even relevant anymore. You've gone back in time and you have addressed each and every single one of them. You've transmuted that energy. You've turned it into something wonderful. You've said thank you, whatever, for those things. And then now, I'll be done in 2 minutes. And now, at the end of everything, this is kind of like the future, and this is the end, like, goal, I guess, really, because asking that question leads to, I mean, this, which is this kind of like strong partnership. So specifically in love and romance and whatever, this is the end goal. So this is the end, to have this really great partnership where you can express your feminine energy and your strength. You've endured enough, you've persevered through enough. It's like this whole thing. So this is incredibly beautiful. I'm gonna leave it here and just have this YouTube video be the channel messages for you guys, and I'm gonna do the whole entire tarot video in a different video because this just took up so much time. So I hope that resonated for you guys. Really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. And if you want to hang out with me some more, see my other videos, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification for more. All right, bye.